Namaste, everyone. Hello, and welcome to another live Friday afternoon QiGong on the Golden Light Network. So, without much ado, hopefully you're in some nice, comfortable clothing. And if you're on record, find yourself a space where you've got some comfortable clothing, enough space to maybe swing your arms around you. And we're going to continue with the practice that we shared of the three treasures. So I'll remind you step by step as we go as well. So find what feels good and let's get moving that body. So just starting as always, the wrists, just relaxing the elbows down, relaxing them shoulders down. Taking a few deep breaths, just land in the here and now. We do the same warm up pretty much every week because it helps get our bodies in the routine. It's aware of what to expect. Helps set us up in mind and in body. And our elbows, spinning them round to either side and the other way. Let's roll those shoulders backwards, releasing any tension as you go. Maybe with a slight wave through the spine. The other way, push them the backs of the palms behind you. And the other way, backwards. Just to reset those shoulders. Right, let's wake up the neck. Always be careful with the neck. So with Qigong, I'm always aware of the opposition line between the crown and the tailbone, just to maintain a bit of extra integrity. Do what works for your body. So starting with the hands kind of hugging the pelvic line, just turning the hands to either side and letting the fingertips drop down. So looking to the right, back to center, and to the left. You can always breathe with these, so you breathe in to stretch and breathe out to release. Maintaining a slight lift in the crown, just to give that spine some extra support and the neck. Really let them shoulders drop. And to the left. And this time we'll just hold for a minute on either side, just for a breath even. And back to center. And the other way. Letting all that tension wash down right the way down your fingertips. Back to center, give it a shake out. Warm up the hips and the waist, so just a quick circling of the hips. You can imagine keeping your head pretty much in place, so we're just moving around the side body, the hips, the waist. Just loosening up the body a bit. Right, let's bring in those teacups. So, in fact, we'll do the one that we're used to. Hands facing the wall behind us, facing away, facing in front, facing away, facing behind. So just with the arms at first, imagining we've got a tray of teacups in our hands and we're trying not to spill that tea. Hands away, hands behind in a figure of eight, facing the belly, facing the away from the chest, forehead height, away, towards, away. And then when you feel ready, adding them hips in. Oh, get a nice bit of spiraling. Feeling that coming right the way up from the soles of the feet, right the way up the legs. Maintaining awareness in those palms, keeping those teacups nice and steady. Getting a nice opening in the wrists and the other way. So again, away, belly, away, behind, away, belly, away, behind. And when we get to the top this time, dropping those arms down to either side, and you can imagine pushing those palms as if into the corners, the bottom corners of the room. And then lift in the crown. Always find what feels good for your body and your neck. Always be careful with your neck. And you may want to just roll, imagine a line of opposition between the crown of the head and the opposite hand. And that can help to take any tension and tightness just out of the upper shoulder. And to the other side, it's clearly working for me. I always think that yawning's another form of the body just releasing. And it's a sure sign that I'm relaxing up a bit. Right, shake them wrists out a little bit. Maybe another roll of the shoulders. Right, just a slight bend. You can take the legs slightly wider as well if that's more comfortable. And then just down and up, just waking up the lower body a little bit, getting a bit of grounding, a bit of strengthening in the lower body. We'll open the hips up slightly, just turn, facing one way, back to the center, turn, just feeling a slight pull on the inner leg. Just wake that one up. And this one's just for you, so you can take your fingers to your hands to the knees and then just gently circling the knees one way, forward and backwards, circling the other way. For those of you that want a bit more of a visualization, you can imagine a 6-petaled lotus or a flower and just working through your lotus. And let's get those ankles nice and open. Just circling at the ankles, straight to the front, to the side and behind. And again, the ankles take quite a bit of pressure, and our feet really flexing the toes if you can. They're not trapped in shoes, give them a bit of freedom. Right then. So if we make a start, we'll do a little bit of healing sounds before we go into it. So with this one, we take one arm out in front and one arm comes more in a chopping movement. So the one in front is going to come back as the chopping one goes forward. We'll turn and breathe in to the side, and then we go the other way. So imagine chopping some wood with this blade and pulling the other hand back as if it's holding them teacups still, and then breathe in and twist slightly to the other side. So this time we're going to add sound. So breathe in. And the first sound that we're going to do is going to be for our lungs, which is this sound, which is like a snake. So breathe in, and then we go. So we do 2 of that sound to each side. So breathe in, and then. You can imagine that organ being gently squeezed, gently wrung out. So breathe in. And this time we're going to do the kidneys, which is a like wind through the trees. So or crashing waves on a beach even. Breathe in. Now this one's for the trees, and it's like wind through the trees. So breathe in and again. This time for the heart, which is a ha sound. Ah. Breathe in. Ah. Sound for the stomach spleen is who. So it sounds like HU, but it's more like a ho sound. So breathe it in. Quite a guttural one, you can imagine it coming from the stomach. For the triple warmer, the whole system is a he sound. And twist. Lovely. Breathing in and let it go. Right, let's shake the tree. We do this for about a minute or so every practice. You can have an audible sigh, really dropping them shoulders. You can bounce into the heels, or you can even pick the heels up if you're standing, or you can imagine bouncing from your sit bones if you're seated, really letting them wrists flex, really letting the shoulders drop. And just imagine tension melting away. It's like rocking and soothing a baby, I think, on this one. Just soothing the body, releasing the mind. We can always, with this one as well, bring our hands above our head and breathe out, and that links our heart meridian and release from our emotional body. So if we're having a particularly emotional time, we can always bring the hands up and imagine letting it go. Imagine it flicking out the fingers, released by that sound and movement. One more. Now just bring your attention to the rest of your body and check in. Is there any areas of tension or tightness in the shoulders, lower back? And just imagine it dissolving away. Slowing it down. Slowing it down. And notice how you feel. And then feeling now to just give my lower back a bit of a knock. So you can always gently knock just either side of the spine, never directly on the spine. Giving it a gentle knock. And it's a very gentle knock, this one for me today. Just right the way down the lower back. And you can always take that right the way down the sides of the legs and around the other side. One more. Oh, loosen up, releasing, relaxing. Sometimes the hips can hold tension, so you can always just open up the hips with a bit of a tap. Just let it go. Breathing nice and deep. Last loud sigh, let it all go. And now we can find that point of stillness, that Wuji point, which we call the point of nothing. It's like being in the void. And you can bring your attention to your abdomen. So we're taking the hands as if we're leaning on a surface before us. Although we're not fully leaning forward, it's just having an awareness that as if the palms are resting on a surface to keep awareness in the hands, lifting slightly from the crown, slight tuck of the chin, relaxing them shoulders down, bringing the elbows in slightly, slight bend in the elbow, like bending the knees if you're standing. Feet kind of shoulder width or slightly wider apart. And bringing the breath to land in the abdomen, noticing where it's falling and rising. Lifting in that crown. Our hands connecting us to the earth below us. Our legs nice and grounded. And like the hands are cupping. Still slightly as if we're holding them teacups upside down. There's still a slight cup in the hands. You can imagine that same cup in your feet as well. Just to bring some extra awareness to those extremities. That whole body awareness. And now perhaps you can bring that breath into all four sides of the torso, noticing how it rises and falls from the front, at the back, and at the sides of those ribs. In these positions we hold because it helps our body, our fascia, to open, to receive, to recharge, building some energy that we can then flow through our system. Helps the flows become more effortless, more energizing, more restorative. Okay, so let's bring those hands in front of us this time, forming a diamond shape at the heart level, and imagine connecting this time to nature. It might be a golden sunset with a warm red glow. Those with a heart condition, you can soften that to a pink, a gentler colour. Hands still slightly cupped. Imagine lifting up the front body and grounding down the back body. Those shoulders relaxed. Imagine the palms almost resting on a surface, so the body is holding itself up with a degree of effortlessness. There's support there. And breathe that nature connection into the heart. And then let's rise those hands like a chalice, holding a chalice or a goblet above us, and we're connecting, we're imagining connecting to what the Chinese call the heavens, the heavenly chi, consciousness. Think of those vast blue empty skies. Imagine that quality of openness and spaciousness, boundless potentiality. Imagine that washing in through the crown of your head, through the palms of your hands. And you can bring to focus your awareness in the center of your head. And imagine a purple ball, purple light in the center of your head. You can imagine drawing that spaciousness, that openness, that clarity, and breathing it deep into the headspace, clearing the mind and opening you up. Don't know about you, but I welcome a bit of heaven to occupy my mind for a while. That deep purple light. And we're going to bring the hands in front of the forehead. And we're going to breathe into each of those balls of energy now. So just breathing deep into that purple light in the middle of our head. Bringing that ball down to the heart. Breathe into that deep red or soft pink colour in the centre of the heart. And to the lower abdomen, and imagining a white ball of light here. Lovely. So let's open up with some Tai Chi openings. So we're just like we used to do with the spinal opening, the chi scattering as spinal opening. Just a gentle wave, that silk reeling, as if the movement's coming up from the soles of our feet. Got a gentle wave, so as the hips go back, chest goes forward. As the chest goes forward, hips go back. It's kind of an oppositional movement. It's a very subtle wave though, this one. Just a couple more just to get the energy circulating a bit. Open the body up. One more time. Taking a ball, imagine a ball just in front of the lower abdomen, and then our hands are like cruising across the surface of water. Backs of hands come forward, arms come up and push out forward. We form like a moon shape. Bring them to a ball and let the hands dance over the surface of the water again. Start earth flow. So again, drawing those hands to the chest and push out, creating like a moon. Form a ball and run our hands over the surface of the water. One more time. Breathing in, push out to go forward. Breathe in to form that moon. And breathe out to wash away on the waters. And into the flow. This time we come to the chest and push out, but this time the arms go up over the head and they're going to go around the sides, imagining we're surrounded by the earth. They're going to turn and go behind us. And we're going to ground that into kind of our quad, our pelvic area, grounding that. And then we're going to breathe in to pick up a ball of white light. And we're going to breathe in and take it to our crown. And imagine that white light washing through your entire body. Another Tai Chi opening, Tai Chi wave. And down again. Brilliant. So we'll repeat that flow. So forming a ball across the surface of the water. Back of the hands together until we breathe in. Breathe out to go forward. Breathing in to form that moon to a ball. And breathe out on the surface of water. Breathing in. Push away from the chest. Form that moon. And down. Let's flow. So we're going to come up this time. And push forward. And again, we're in the center of the earth. Hands come to the sides before they turn to face behind us. The palms are facing behind. Scoop around behind us and down into our pelvic area. Grounding that energy, it's like bending the knees, and then we're going to come up to pick up a ball of energy, a ball of white light. And we're going to let that wash all the way through the body. Another wave, breathing in. And breathe out. Let's go on to our nature flow. So breathing in and breathe out to take that across the surface of the water. Back to the hands together. Breathe in to come to the chest. Breathe out, forming that diamond shape. This time our arms are going to go round like breaststroke. We're going to take those arms fully behind us. So we're cupping behind, scooping behind, and again, grounding it down. This time we're going to breathe in at the horizon level. And we're going to breathe out to let it wash into the heart. Another deep breath. And then let the backs of those hands fall forward as you release. This time we're going to do another wave, but this time we're going to do it with a whip. So we come up and then we go kind of a gentle release of the energy when we come up and then back down. So together, we're going to breathe in to come up to kind of forehead level and then breathing in and out. Again, let's do that nature flow. So back of the hands together and up to the chest. And away. Diamond shape, breaststroke movement. Breathing in as we scoop it all the way round and breathe out to ground it. Breathing in to come up at the horizon level and breathe out to let it wash directly into the heart, fingers on the heart. This time we release with the backs of the hands going forward. Another wave with a whip, so breathing in. And the whip's kind of it's like a waving movement that's coming up our body. We get to release and then the hands come down. So let's go on to our heaven flow. So hands glance over the surface of water, backs of the palms together and up. Breathing out to push forward. And this time we're going to take the arms up. And we're going to come around, face those palms behind us and scoot behind and ground it down the pelvis again. This time the arms, we breathe in, come up at the sides and over the head to rest at the crown. And we breathe it in there. And then we breathe out and imagine purple light washing through the body. So again, gather that small ball and let it wash the surface of water. Breathing in. Breathe out to push. Breathe in, take those arms up. Breathe out, let them come down to the sides. Turn to face behind you and scoot behind. And breathe out to ground it down. Breathing in to come up at the sides. Up to the crown of the head. And breathe out to pour it in. Breathing in, imagine that purple light in the head. And breathe out, purple light scans the body. Let's do that one more time. Breathing in, breathe out. Breathe in and up to the chest. Breathe out to push away. Breathing in, arms go over the head. Receiving that heavenly energy. Hands come to the side and scoot behind. Breathing out, breathing in. And breathe out to ground it. Just like bending the knees and breathing in to come up at the sides. Breathe out, let it land in the crown. Breathing in and breathe out. Purple light washes the whole body. And let's come up with a couple of whips. So we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Let it go. The wave. Good. So form that small ball and let it go. And back to center. Taking a nice deep breath. And just resetting your position into more of a Wuji posture. So noticing the tailbone and the crown in opposition. Relaxing those shoulders down again. And we're ready to draw down the heavens. This time we'll do it one side at a time. So we'll go with that will be your left arm, round and up, and then down the center line. And then the other way. So breathing in to go up. And imagine literally I imagine this as pulling myself together. I imagine this is really centering me, like gathering all of myself and bringing it fully into my center, fully down the spine, down into my core. And then we're going to just bring the hands together over the abdomen. Bring those feet closer together if you're standing. Slight bend in the knees, lift of the crown, tuck of the chin. Relaxed in the shoulders, elbows kind of tucked in at the sides almost. Hands over the abdomen and breathe in nice and deep into the abdomen as we center it all. Bamboo sways in the wind, rocking and swaying, standing effortlessly. And imagine a marionette string lifting you from the crown of your head, your whole body relaxed, open, effortless. Noticing how your body feels now compared to when you started. You can always imagine that purple light washing through you, relaxing any residual tension or tightness, or bringing you whatever quality of energy you most need. You could just imagine a light sweeping through with joy or peace, relaxation, release. Feel alert yet restive. Final deep breath before we take the legs back to shoulder width. Circle around your abdomen, so hands coming up the right, crossing down the left like the circle in your intestines. Bring it to a center. Breathe in, then breathe out, and release with an audible sigh. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. We'll be here again, probably on a premiere next week. Same time, same place. Join us, join the community, and find what feels good. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and share with anyone that might benefit from this practice. If it felt good in your system, maybe it'll feel good for someone else too. And I love being here and sharing it too. So take care, everyone. See you next week. Namaste.